best go-to-market strategy for your customer base. Patrick Andresen is asking, how is the customer usually billed? So Patrick, we've got lots of different billing solutions. The two primary ones are that we can set it up so that you bill your customers with your existing billing solution, and then your relationship with us is completely separate, right? And a lot of partners want to do that. So particularly if you've already got a retainer type agreement in place, you would just add this into your bill with your customers, and you've got a completely separate transaction with us. Another way of going about it is that we can actually give you a shopping cart. So if, for example, you don't have the ability to do online commerce, and we've got lots of small partners who don't have that already set up, well, then we can give you a shopping cart so that your customers can enter their credit cards directly into the shopping cart we can provide to you. Is there a fee for that? No, there's not, Patrick. It'll just be it'll be built into your partnership with us. And then the third billing solution is we've got a very rich API system. So those partners on the line that are perhaps larger and already have lots of customer account relationships and would like to do automatic provisioning of accounts or bundle this in automatically or do any sort of integration between the systems, we've got a very rich API which lets you create accounts, upgrade accounts, cancel them, suspend them, etc. So they're the three principal ways partners work with us to do billing. I think that's actually a good segue to talk about our partner delivery team. We've got 8 full-time employees whose job it is to work with you during what we call the delivery phase, which is usually 3 to 4 weeks after becoming a partner of SOS, to get you into market from a technical perspective. So you work with us on both the go-to-market strategy and the marketing, but also then the technical. And we build your software and we help you integrate it. We can get you in market as quickly as 5 days, but it can take 3 or 4 weeks in the case of more complex projects. So again, number one takeaway from the webinar, call in and have our partner specialists build you an ROI model, right? It's something that they are expert in. They understand the best ways to market and sell this technology. And if nothing else, you're going to learn a lot about this market space. Okay, so this is, we've already seen this graphic. This is just, again, emphasizing that it's not just about the infrastructure. It's not just about the product. A lot of people get hung up on just one particular piece of this overall picture, which is why we actually developed this graphic, because to be successful in online backup, you need to consider all 7 of these items, right? Which is why we've invested so much money in having a solution in all 7 of these categories. In terms of just some examples of the type of marketing material we can get you, this is an example of a mock-up. So these are actually delivered partners. But in a mock-up, you would get this, which is a product sheet. Go back one, and you would get an example of what the client software could look like. In terms of marketing tools, just an example of the type of marketing tools and the power of the marketing resources we bring to you is our vulnerability scanner. So you can get an example of the SOS vulnerability scanner on our website. What the vulnerability scanner does is it's a small software application, which you can see here. It analyzes a given PC to find out how much data they have on that PC in different content categories. This is the type of thing you use to drum up interest and build a pipeline among your customers. So here you can see our vulnerability scanner being rebranded for ETTE Online Backup. And this is just a straight marketing tool. It's a piece of software. It's technology, certainly, and it leverages our scan engine, which is built into our product. But you use this to then help market to your customers and to prospect. This is an example of an actual product sheet. So this is a 2-page PDF back and front that we can, in small quantities, we'll actually print these up. We'll have these up professionally printed and sent out to you. And then for larger print runs, obviously, we give you the electronic content so that you can do that yourself. They're just 2 examples of a very rich library of marketing tools that we can bring to bear to help you. In terms of other elements that partners we believe partners really must consider in getting into this market. Account management. So a lot of our competitors have got okay technology, they've got okay data grids, but when it comes to service and delivery and training and account management, they really fall down. So with SOS as a Tier 1 partner, you've got a dedicated account manager here in Los Angeles that you can contact any day who's going to work with you after that partner delivery phase. The second point here, our partner delivery team. So this is a team of people who work with you exclusively in that 3 or 4 week period after you become a partner to get you into market, to build you your software, to help you do your integration. Our training team, we provide training on sales and marketing as well as technical training. So that training can be used for your employees as the partner or can actually be used for your customers as well. Ongoing sales support. This is extremely powerful. So partners work with us to leverage the sales. The partner specialist that they work with to become an SOS partner continues to work with you to be a sales resource. So if you're trying to win a big account, you can bring the SOS employees in who will then work not as SOS staff. They'll show up as your backup specialist, and they'll help you with questions and with information and to actually help you sell to your key accounts. So that ongoing sales support is extremely powerful. And then obviously ongoing technical support. Okay, so why SOS? Just summarizing before we go on to Q&A. Our technology, it really is market leading. It has won many awards and continues to lead the pack, so to speak, in terms of defining what stands in the online backup industry. Price point, we'll help you come up with very competitive price points for your customers, and your price with us, frankly, will be lower than anybody else who focuses on the channel. So we beat our competitors on price all day long, and we won't be beaten on price in delivery and support infrastructure. So what we've talked about in terms of the customer care and account management, as well as the actual infrastructure grid that sits behind that, tens of millions of dollars worth of technology and people that we've got globally, which we bring to bear to support you to make certain you're successful in this market. And then lastly, the business opportunity, high margin recurring revenue, so up to 60% gross margin on product, immediate ROI, which we work with you to model out, hopefully today. I really encourage everybody today to call in, get a mock-up, get an ROI model done up for yourself. You actually start assessing it. Think about it over the weekend. There's absolutely no reason to not get that done to help you assess the business opportunity you've got in front of you. And it's a recurring revenue stream. It's really one of the nicest things about the online backup solution, that you've just got this passive income stream, which is high margin, that sits there and keeps earning. So for those of you who I have bored and who want to get their mock-up and their ROI calculator, please call in right now. With people standing by to talk to you. Number's 877-896-3611. And then, so when you call, the promotion code to provide for the iPad is iPad, IPAD, J24. IPAD, J24. And if you quote that promotion code to your sales representative, that'll go into the mix, and we'll be announcing who wins the iPad on Monday of next week. And you'll get notified by email, and we'll call you, of course, and that's for everybody who's participated and who's got that code calls in. So now turning to Q&A. Indeed. So we've got some questions that have accumulated that I didn't answer throughout the presentation. Okay, so just what was the code again? So that code is IPADJ24. IPADJ24. If you call in and quote that promotion code, you go into the running for the iPad, and that'll be announced on Monday. Okay, so just going through some of the questions we've got.
Active Director.
Okay, so first question from Thomas Dillon. Technical question from the FAQ. I selected my Outlook PST in the wizard and hasn't been backed up. Why not? The Outlook PST files which you should select is the one which exists in. Okay, so
You've moved it to another location.
Okay, right. So Thomas, you've actually asked a technical question which you see in my particular technical skill. I'm a software engineer by trade, so if you've got questions about the architecture of the software, I'll be helpful. What I would ask you to do though is call in and ask to speak to one of our sales engineers, or to be put through to support. They're certainly going to be able to help you with that. It sounds like some sort of small configuration problem. Okay, so Patrick Andreas asks, can we handle QuickBooks? The answer is yes. How about, John Duncan asked, what about server backup? Yes, John, file server backup is one of the most visible targets for online backup, frankly, because that's where the tape backup systems that we're replacing have often been deployed. So that's one of the low-hanging fruit in terms of your ability to get quick wins on this. Okay, question about whether we can get the slides. Yep, talk to one of your partner specialists to get individual content from this, and you'll also get the video. Jim Gingrich asks, are you going to start offering disk burning for large amounts of data? So Jim, with the PMU service we've got, if there's large amounts of data that needs to be shipped up to the cloud, we use PMU, physical media upload. So we would ship you out a hard disk drive, the backup would run to that hard disk drive, and then from there we would back it up to the cloud, and then after that just the daily incremental backup would run from your individual clients. Carlisle Ashcroft had a question about where we have partners. If you've got any questions about that, just talk to one of our partner specialists. They can look up where any of our partners are. Okay. Can we back up Active Directory? Don, yep, we can, not natively within the software, so there'd be some configuration steps that you need to go through to do that, but yes, we can handle Active Directory. Patrick Andreas asks, compare with others, e.g. Intronus to compression speeds. So Patrick, we've got, one of the things we actually get commented on a lot from our customers is the speed with which our system runs. So nearly all of our competitors, including Intronus, cap their upload speed. So with Intronus, I think the limit's 350 kilobits from memory, and with Mozy and Carbonite and others, it's similar. We've got many partners who are uploading it, customers, sorry, are uploading at many megabits. So a customer the other day quoted that they were uploading at 15 megabits per second to our data centers. So because we've got so many points of presence across America and globally, it really enables our system to be probably the fastest on the market, I think. So there's no limit to the upload speed, it's just limited by your bandwidth. Okay. So some business segments, i.e. law office, require to utilize a data center in Canada only. Can you provide this service? So in terms of, so Mark, we don't have a data center in Canada yet. We're launching one in the coming months, actually in the next quarter, in Toronto. That's the first comment. Second comment is, it's probably not a requirement actually for the data to be stored in Canada. We're not a regulatory requirement anyway. If you use our UltraSafe security system, so that's a security system where we use private key encryption to encrypt the data in a way that SOS cannot even access the data, then you're going to meet all the regulatory requirements associated with Canadian data specifically.
And Mark, let me just share with you, we've got a ton of partners in Canada, and we've heard this in many variations thereof. So, please talk to your salesperson, and if he or she is not to your satisfaction answering the technical reasons, we have technical resources that will answer to that question, why it is that we meet or exceed the requirements to our neighbors up north. So.
Steve Brown asked, I know that medical offices use web-based solutions for their data. Do you know if there are extra costs involved for them? Not extra costs from us, Steve, but if you could maybe clarify the question a little bit, perhaps I can give a better answer.
And Steve, you should charge your doctor's offices more. I mean, that's the bottom line. For a number of reasons. Most of our partners actually do very successfully. In fact, even in our direct business, we have opt-in choices that have nothing to do with backup, much more to do with service that amounts to doctors paying more for their backup. So happy to have a conversation about that offline.
Okay. Got some more questions about the iPad. I'll give those instructions again in just a moment. How about John Duncan asks, how about shared servers? Can it be sold to individual clients? So John, I'm not quite sure what you mean